So, Ben, how's your golf game, bro?
Terrible.
AC,
What's going on?
what's up?
What's up, Avon?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Hey guys.
What's up, Coach?
How are you, pal?
Oh,
Man, like fine wine over there, man. Y'all boys look handsome, man.
You're watching the 97th Grey Cup live on TSN.
I'm so delighted to be joined by Coach Trestman and a handful of the 2009 Montreal Alouette Grey Cup champions. Guys, thanks for joining me today. We're going to take a walk down memory lane and watch this great game. A lot of people know it as the 13th man game, but we know it for a lot more than that. And I've talked to many of you about this already, so I'm really looking forward to diving into it.
The 97th Grey Cup on TSN is underway.
Brody, I did watch this game, and I got to tell you, this was really one of the great teams that I've ever been around. When you watch this game, every player literally on both sides of the ball and special teams, because if Etienne Bollé doesn't fall on that fumble punt, we're not here today. And there's 100 moments in this game. Everybody, when we needed to make a play, everybody seemed to make the play when it was needed. And we call that competitive greatness, as you know. So I'll just lead with that. It's a really impressive game to watch. And there's 100 moments. Any one play didn't make a difference, but every play did. And you'll see that when you watch the game.
So no first possession points here at jam-packed McMahon Stadium in Calgary. Looks a lot like Ryderville, doesn't it?
You know, what we're watching is an away game here. I mean, we are on the road. We've got about 75 people in the stands. Our families. We really can't hear anything.
I didn't expect all that green to show up. So, we got off to a slow start. I cannot stress enough the defense keeping us in that game in that first half, just holding their offensive field goals was a huge, that was the difference maker.
Trying to get this offense kick-started. And the ball's knocked loose. Keith Shilligan's got it.
Oh, this was that fumble. Oh my goodness.
Ball security, Avon.
That wasn't me though. That wasn't me. That was crazy. Like I was talking about. It was so loud. That might have been the loudest game I think I played in a stadium, and it was all green.
Touchdown! Indy Ventus!
I don't know if you guys, when the last time you guys looked at your rings, but I had my D-line over.
When I dropped it off at the pawn shop.
I had the guys over a couple weeks ago to the house. I picked it up. It's been a while, and it had 57 plus 3 inside. And I think that was the mentality, Coach Trestman, that you really, instilled in us, to just, it's not over till the clock strikes 0.
Just over a minute left, first quarter. Calvillo without a completion. Hands off to Coburn. And they'll try and get something established on the ground.
Avon made some great runs. He's coming off, a couple of 100-yard games against Saskatchewan. And, he really gave us some room to breathe because our passing game really wasn't going anywhere, as Anthony and the guys will tell you.
Avon was simply money the whole game, but definitely in the first half, he came ready to play, and I think he got positive yards every time he touched the ball, and just he is kind of like the security blanket for us.
Sea of Green is here, Rider Nation in attendance in the biggest city in Saskatchewan, Calgary.
There's that drive to the side. Richardson bounced off first.
Avon. No, see, this is now I understand why you wanted the ball, because you want an MVP. Right there, it's supposed to be a pull, and you try to take the ball from me. Look at Avon twist after the ball, because he didn't want to give it up. No,
mad.
That's a minus. That's a minus, Avon.
Hey.
Duval and Lissam. as bad a kick as you'll ever see.
There's this example of what was going on, and we all kind of took turns of making mistakes, and whether it was my fumble, whether it was Kerry's fumble, or whether it was poor punt right there by Damon. The one thing is on the sideline that Mark taught us, and that, again, Anwar talked about, was that 57+3. No matter what happens, we're going to go out there and we're going to respond. And like I said, it's good to be on a team and have a great offense and put up a lot of points, but without a special defense, you're not going to be able to accomplish a lot of things. So those things all came into play in this particular game.
So from 9 yards out, Conchi puts it through, and it is a 2-touchdown lead after 30 minutes.
Can I ask a question to you guys I haven't asked before? I've never asked this before, but to Ben and Mark and AC. Was there something at halftime what happened in the first half, and was there something at halftime that you guys noticed or we changed offensively to get things moving? And I never knew the answer to that, but seems like we flipped a switch.
Sanchez, listen, you're not on the panel right now, right? Brody's the one that's in charge right now of asking the questions. Okay, so you're a player right now, right?
Okay.
So we're reminiscent about that. Me personally, being in these games, it's just like some soul searching. You know, what I have done so much, like going into that 2009 season, my goodness, I changed my workout habits. I trained so hard to make sure that I played my best football that year, but not only that year, but in the fourth quarter. Because I have always felt as a quarterback, when you get tired, you make mistakes. So I worked so hard to make sure that I got myself ready for that season. And then all of a sudden, like you mentioned, you're having these, like, it's the halftime. Are we going to this all over again? Like, what do we have to do? But there was something in myself and everybody else, like, no, we could get this done. There's a belief.
Stretching it out, and Richardson's got it.
That play, that throw, that catch, I think that's when everything calmed down for all of us. Big time throw.
No, I agree with you, Ben. I mean, the pressure there in that second half, it started with Avon, a little handoff, and then picking up a little outright to Brian Bratton. We just went down the field, and I think as we started to row, and we started to execute, I think that's what allows Mark to be creative with his play calling.
End zone pass to Richardson. Touchdown. Game on at McMahon.
Our thing was this, look, we're going to bend, but we're not going to break, and we know that Durant's going to throw us some. And when he throws them to him, make them count. And that's what we did, man. We just kept pressure on him, just kept getting after them. And the secondary, I mean, shoot, the guys played big, man.
Durant slings it downfield behind the receiver, and Billy Parker has the interception.
Those two guys, the rest of us have been in the league for almost 10 years before this, but those two guys, Brown and Parker, coming in 2008, to get two starting halfbacks off the street as good as those two guys were, that doesn't happen in this league very often. We got pretty fortunate to find those two guys.
No, that's a great point. Yeah. Great point. I mean, we're kind of giving credit to a bunch of people, and we cannot forget Jim Pop and his skill to bring in the talent. And like you said, you're right. I never really thought about it, but to have two starting halfbacks come into our league and become starters right away, that's
all-star level. Yeah.
That was Martel Mellon who made the most of it. 200 yards plus. Barry Durant, and opens up.
My thought was, I'm just going to call the best play on this call sheet that I have. And what I'm not going to do is worry right now. I'm going to do this team a disservice because I'm worried what I'm going to say to them in the locker room after the game. That's not fair. And if I'm going to worry about what's happened, how bad we played offensively collectively in the first half, that's not fair. I got to call the best play, and I got to get ready for the next play. And that's the way I approach it, because that's what I'm asking the players to do. And that's what everybody did. I mean, when I watched this game from the sideline, what I was saying to myself, I don't know how we're going to win it, but I know we're winning this game.
And you can see the sense of urgency now. They know it's slipping away. They've got to get it done right now.
CJ Rich is on, and it's appropriate time for him to come in because he took over the game in the fourth quarter with a little.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
What's up, baby?
I'm sorry I'm late.
4-man rush. Durant looks for Fantuz, and it's intercepted.
This started the dynasty right here.
He was gonna throw. We knew he was gonna throw us one. He'll give it to us.
Look at that pressure. Look at that pressure. Them ends.
Get him out of there. Get him out the pocket.
Them Hall of Fame ends right there.
Get him out of there.
Alouettes trying to erase an 8-point deficit. Calvillo checks down. Coburn.
I was so I'm getting nervous again. I'm getting nervous. I was so nervous like every play. It was like the biggest play of my life every play.
Fighting the noise and the heat. Calvillo pulls it down, and he'll get drilled at the 25 short of the first down.
This was a 3rd and 3 call right here, right?
Yes,
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, you know what? I remember this play because I think I got it in late AC.
Yep.
And I'm on the sideline going.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at you right now like, come on.
I'm thinking, did I get the call right? Because, we went on numbers, and I just said, please, AC, make it right.
AC, do you remember this conversation right here?
We had a long talk in this huddle.
Do you remember this conversation?
Remind me. Refresh my memory.
Oh, so it's 3rd and 3, and we're like, okay. I'm like, well, who want the ball? And Jay Rich, he is exhausted right now. And he's like, I'll take that and I was like, all right, well, let's get him the ball.
And it so happened they called my number. I was like, oh, yeah. And
really, you broke the route. You broke the route. You went out, then you went in, and I'm going, what's going on here? Great job.
A big 3rd down gamble. Calvillo throws. Richardson got it, and they convert.
I got off the ball late. I was like, oh, my God, please stay with me, Ace. And I seen his eyes stay with me, so I just stayed on the move, and, it just opened up.
One of the biggest plays in Allouette history right there.
Another critical 2nd and long. Calvillo steps up. Unload. Ben Cahoon. Touchdown.
Big time. Step up. Let's go, Ben. Come on.
Yeah, that play confused me. I thought you was over the line of scrimmage. I
thought you was going to run it. I thought you was going to put your head down and dive and do something like an Elway.
John Elway. No, for sure.
And now the biggest play of the game is the Alouettes trying to draw even for 2 at the time. It's incomplete. And there's no marker.
Can I give a quick breakdown from a defensive back standpoint? Trying to cover Jay Rich in these spots is virtually impossible. You know he's running a quick inside or outside route, but if you sit on it, he'll just slap the out of you and get open. So you really didn't have a chance. I'm sure when AC saw one-on-one, he knew it was money because there's no way to stop Jay Rich right now.
He got away with one. You could tell when he got to the sideline, he was doing all that smiling. Look at that. How's that not a PI?
Yeah. That's PI.
Yeah. They didn't want us to win this.
And now the Montreal defense will be charged with going out and making a quick stop. And he puts it in the hands of Wes Cates, and there's nothing there.
All right, here we go now. Here we go right here. We're going to get a stop, and we're going to get y'all. So don't go far. I kept telling y'all, don't go too far. Y'all going to get the ball right back. Here we go.
Because Chip broke his shoulder.
Right here.
Shoulder on this. Broke a collarbone.
Was that what it was? I was trying to remember. Was it wrist or collarbone or shoulder?
Yep.
As Marc Trestman opts for maybe more sure hands in this situation. Great kick. 41, and Brown drops it. And the Alouettes get on it, but they lose 10. Etienne Boulay saves the day for the Alouettes.
Oh, my goodness. I was like, we can't lose like this. Big SJ. Way to slow him up.
Time for one more play to get it into Duval range. Need at least 5. Calvillo steps up, and they're going to get it. And there's time on the clock as Kerry Watkins, quiet all day. The all-Canadian receiver puts it into range for Damon Duval.
Big time. I knew it. After that, I was like, oh, this game. This is it.
And now for the win. A guy who helped put him in a bind with a couple of poor kicks. Gets to go from the doghouse to being a hero, and he's missed, but there are markers down.
What are you guys thinking about in this moment here? You see the kick is missed. You see it come out. Do you see the flag? Is there an awareness of
thought
the
we
flag?
lost.
Walk me through this.
I just thought we lost. I was like, this can't.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
And you know, he's not here to defend himself, and I don't really care if he is or not. Duval said he did that because he saw the flag. That is a damn lie.
Amen. What the crap is he doing looking up to see the flags? Keep your
Right.
head down, Finkel.
Exactly.
Head down, Finkel.
Illegal substitution. Too many men on the field. Saskatchewan.
Okay, I guess I'll ask a similar question. What's happening now? You have this like moment to reset. Like, where are your nerves at? Where are your heads at? What do you think?
We're not looking like that guy right there.
You're not looking like Kate, just looking on the sideline. But hey, this goes back to the 57+3 that coach always instilled in us. Play till it strikes zero. 57+3. Here it is right here.
Duval gets a second chance from 33 yards out to win the 97th Grey Cup. Ball down, ball through, and the Montreal Alouettes have come all the way back.
That's got to be the toughest thing in sport to do, though.
Well, Ben, you got that right. Like, Brody, you talked about earlier about, this game. People talk about the 13th man, but, you forget what happened there, especially in that fourth quarter and how we're able to come back. So, but I give Damon so much credit. Just think about you missing the championship game kick and then getting another opportunity. I mean, again, I'm getting the chills right now because I don't know what kind of pressure, a kicker goes through. But, man, you got to give him a lot of credit for putting that thing right down the middle.
He punted 2 off the side of his foot in the game and then missed a game-winning field goal and had enough presence to step into that ball and put it right down the middle. We got a lot to be thankful for. That was a heck of a job.
I need a cigarette or something now. That was just reliving it. I'm like, oh my God.
That was intense.
This is obviously something special, and I know when CFL fans think of this Alouettes dynasty and think of this year in particular, they think of something special. You guys are legends in this league, and it was really my honor to get to do this with you today. So thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for thinking of us, Brody.
Thank you.